Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. So it's official, the account is blown and I want to go through the way I traded this account. Okay, first and foremost, I was not ready to trade it, mainly because I didn't understand what I was supposed to do, but let's just get into it and then we'll see what I'm talking about. So the first week that I traded, which was the first week of December, I had this is what I was looking at. Now it broke above this level. This was Monday, right? Where is that? Where is the drawing thingy? Where is it? How convenient. Now I can't find it. Eraser, demonstration. Huh? Okay. Clearly wait. No, I'm supposed no. It's supposed to be here somewhere. Text. No, it was mainly oh, they got rid of it. Okay, maybe they did because it's not like I have the paid version. Anyways, whatever. So this was Monday, 1st December. So how are the charts looking like? I took two buys and yeah, I did not know how to trade this because the assumption was the fact that I should have been taking buys if at all we were above this level, and preferably if Asia stayed above that level, and Asia did not. At that point in time, I did not particularly understand that, and the thing that makes my trading difficult is the fact that if there are things I don't particularly understand well with my system right now, I tend to do the most when I'm trading. So I've kind of focused on tying those loose ends so that I don't get confused when I come to trade. But anyways, the point was the fact that I did buy on Monday. Was it valid? I don't think so. And then I should not have traded for the rest of the week. But I think the excitement of having the account just kind of took the better of me because at the end of the day, I'm only supposed to be taking buys if at all we're above this level. So that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, and then this is the next week. Now, the next week, what was up? The next week, I remember I traded on Tuesday, this inside low of week, not valid because still only supposed to trade above this level. And I also did trade on Thursday, was it? Yeah, that was the New York session because the New York session did come to break above. Yeah, this is what happened. This was Thursday. So I tried to trade this break, it was not a bad trade, but it was in the New York session. I should not have been trading then. And then on Friday, there was a trade that I did not access, but I don't even think I would have traded it well regardless. So basically, just it's poor trading. Then the next week was when Friday closed like this, I was waiting for the break above this level. So yeah, I was waiting for a break above this for me to have valid buys. Now, what did I do? Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, this was interesting. This was Monday. I was anticipating it to break. So I took a buy in anticipation it was going to break. Of course, it never did. And then it came back down, played a bed. And then this was Thursday. So I should not have taken this trade, nor this, nor this. And then I think, when was Friday? This was Friday still. Okay, I think I know what happened here on Friday. I remember I was trying to take sales that were not particularly valid. I've gone through that particular entry criteria, and I've discovered that it's not particularly the best because at the end of the day, I'm trying to capture this sell on Friday is valid if I'm trying to capitalize on continuation selling from Thursday, which was there genuinely, but by virtue that we're still pushing up and up towards the all-time highs, I definitely should not have been so excited to take that trade. And then we have the next week, which was the 22nd. I think so. Was it there? Monday 22nd. Where can I? Oh yeah. This break was in Asia, and this is what made me start thinking of taking buys in Asia, especially because if I miss the buy in Asia, I usually cannot get it in the European session. So miss that buy in Asia, then go to the charts, and I was like, oh, I've missed the buy, so I started taking trades in the European session that I should not have been taking. And then on Tuesday, I remember that break-even trade. now that I'm looking back at it, reviewing my trades again, I realized that I should probably not take this type of trade from a continuation on Monday break in Asia, because it's likely not going to hit take profit. It's probably going to be break even trade. I have realized that based on looking at my data again. And but I was able to, because I think this is the only day I was able to take one trade. Also, this was one trade, so that was good. And then I had on the 24th. Now, 24th was, the setup was nice. The entry was not particularly the best. Did not manage it well. I did end up making $100, which was nice, but I did not trade well. The system I traded this, the entry criteria was not the entry criteria. The setup was there, but I did not enter the trade well, because I entered the trade pre-European session, which was okay, but it means that I'm supposed to hold it throughout my 4-hour candle, regardless of what is happening. But instead, when the first hour opened, I started moving the stock to break even, which was not particularly valid. But anyways, that is that. So that was that. And then Friday, Friday no valid trades, because there was no entry on Friday, but somehow I did trade. So yeah, that. But all through this, I remember that this was mainly, it was all break even. There was not much going on here. Like, it wasn't that bad. Oh, how can I forget this trade? Yeah, this was bad. Fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it was me fantasizing that it was going to break above, but it did not. Anyways, so there's the last previous week. Now there's one. It's from it was from this candle. I was fantasizing about continuation buys that never came, actually. The continuation, they never materialized. So I was buying inside here, and then it just crashed lower, and that was gone. And then I also traded on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, it must have been Wednesday. Yeah, it was on Wednesday. I wasn't so sure what I was doing looking back, but definitely did address that, because I was trying to sell continuation while it had broken back into the weekly range or below. And my main reason for selling was the fact that it had kind of broken past this support. But then again, these support levels are never particularly very concrete. They can always crash back down and then continue higher. So there's something that I discovered. It's like, maybe I shouldn't particularly be very stiff, rigid. You should not be very rigid when it comes to those particular types of entries. So there was that. Which one was that? Oh, yeah, there was this, and then there was that. Could have been a break even at some point in this trade, but I wasn't very proud of myself, and that's kind of the problem. And then we had I also did trade on Friday of that week, which was this candle when it broke above this level, and I was hoping that it would continue all the way and hit take profit there. But my entry was off. I entered premature, and then I couldn't particularly hold the trade as it was retracing, so I got out of that. And then now this is this is it. On Monday again, with the fail of this trade on Friday, when Monday Asia opened to break above the resistance level, I knew we were good for continuation buys. But the problem is the entry. I have come to discover that I need to have the right direction, which is okay. I usually have the right direction, but the entry, I do not have enough margin deposits to hold retracements for so long, especially now that gold is like it's breaking out, and if I take the trade at the wrong time, I will not hold the trade the way I would want to hold it. So this Monday buy, it retraced, and then I just got out. And as soon as I got out, it continued higher. But I was like, it was still a bad trade, because the way I entered it was not something that I can consistently do. So I definitely deserved that loss. And then this was Thursday, the New York session retested this level again, which was amazing, because this confirmed the fact that we're probably going to continue higher. So we had NFP, which didn't particularly move the market that much. And then on Monday, amazing, opened to break above. And I had a feeling that we were going to break above. And so what did I do? I woke up in the agent session to trade this breakout, but I got to the charts 30 minutes too late. It had already broken out and it was continuing higher and higher. So I tried to chase the market by getting a trade in the next hour, hoping that it was going to hold those lows, but it did not. And that is how I ended up blowing the account, because basically the buys that I was taking kept retracing and retracing because I took the buy at the wrong time. And to show what that means, okay, I think it doesn't really matter which. Let me go to the hour just to prove what that means. Yeah, this is what that means. So this was a 3 a.m. candle, right? Woke up I got to the charts at like 3:40, so we're probably around here. Now I know that it can probably retrace this. I mean, it can probably retest this level, but in my haste and in my desire to take the buy, being that it had left me, I started buying, hoping that, like, I started buying the lows when I'm guessing the low. So I started buying the low of this candle. It just crashed down and continued lower. So basically blew that account here. But essentially, I'm supposed to wait for this level, but you see, it never came back down to this level, which is why I would have been viable for breakout buys in this candle, which I did not take because I was not at the charts. But there's something I'm looking to work on. So now moving forward, now that I know everything things that I do know, I've looked at the mistakes that I'm making and I see the problems that I have, and I'm trying to focus on addressing them systematically, one at a time. So my main issue was the fact that I tend to take trades that I'm not supposed to be taking. For example, if Monday Asia breaks out of the highs, there's a trade I should not take on Tuesday. But because before I wasn't particularly looking at it from a whole holistic standpoint, I kept getting confused, where if the market's open on Tuesday and then we are kind of by selling, I don't know where I am, what I'm trying to do, because basically what I want to do, I want to be able to transition and have my day trading turn into somewhat something like a swing trade setup, where I only take trades that will continue with the same momentum. I don't want to take a lot of reversal trades. That's something I have tried to address, because reversals, I don't like them so much, mainly because there isn't momentum around them, and then I don't know at what point we are going to stop reversing. And that's kind of the problem, because at least when I'm buying, I can, if I get a trade down here, I can somehow say that if at all we hold these lows, we're going for these highs, something like that. So that's what I have learned. So I think I would say this was a good experience in terms of what I've been able to learn. It has helped me identify some very huge gaps I had in my system that I have to address, because the way I want to trade, I don't want to just make money. I want to trade in a way that is very consistent and systematic. So what I'm going to do, my plan moving forward, I'm going back to basics. I'm going to load a personal account with at least, I think, $100 again. And then I will trade that, hopefully trade that consistently, and then now do what I was supposed to do in the beginning, which was the money that I make from that is what I used to buy I used to buy a funded account. So I will still come back to FundingPips, because I love the trading conditions in FundingPips. Believe it or not, they have very good spreads. I remember there's a time in 2024 when I tried to get the trial version of FTMO. Worst spreads I have ever seen in my life. My God. So FundingPips has really, really good spreads. And for me, who's always monitoring my trades in lifetime, I can definitely vouch for that fact. So anyways, this was the review. The account is dead, obviously. I will not be having any more. I will not be having any more videos on this account, but I think it really did show me that I wasn't ready for this, and I should not be out here trying to rush the process. I should just take everything one day at a time. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.